And we are live, Mr. Bruce.
Wait,
Wait,
wait.
wait for it. Wait for it.
Ah,
There it is.
there it is.
How are you doing, Bruce? It's been a while.
It's been a while, man. What, 2 weeks?
3 weeks, I think. We haven't had a show since the 17th.
Shit.
It's been a while. That's,
There's
yeah,
been
that's
a
very
lot
true.
of things, that have happened in that time frame.
A lot
An
of
ass,
things have happened.
an ass kicking by the Packers. I'll say it.
Absolutely
I'll
destroyed the
start it
Bears.
off. I'll jump on that boat right now and cheers, congratulations.
Yes, I have lemonade today. Thought I'd switch
Lemonade,
it up a little bit.
lemonade. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
In my
Uh,
Packers Super Bowl cup because 10 years later, you know what's going to happen.
I got nothing. I got nothing. So, what else is new, man? What else is new? Any new shows? Any good things going on?
Not much. I got to visit my girlfriend over New Year's, which was nice. My friends flew me out to Illinois, so I spent 4 or 5 days there. Got to enjoy some time in the cornfields of Seneca, and then
The cornfield. You didn't
it
run
snowed
backwards.
every single day that I was here.
Okay.
Every single day that I was here, it snowed. It was great.
Great.
So
Yeah, I'll say there was a decent amount of snow that came out around by you guys, wasn't there?
yeah, there was. It was cold. It was snowy, but I mean, I've grown up in Illinois my whole life, so it's nothing that I am not used to. But
I was
coming from
about to say.
Texas where it was 50 degrees today and I felt chilly, um, you know, it wasn't
Ridiculous.
what I've been used to the last few weeks. Let's just say that.
Well, that's ridiculous.
But
Absolutely.
yes, you
So,
you have plenty of things to talk about, Bruce. So as
well,
always, while I do a
I
little
will.
bit of promotion, I'm gonna let you start off, and then because our teams played last week and things happened. I'll be nice and
Well,
just say
first,
that.
first things first. I have to promote myself.
Yes.
Quick shout out to real quick at Connor Streams Games. I said that I would help a brother out right there with that, so I wanted to do a quick shout out for that. Again, that's at Connor Streams Games. Good dude right there. Good dude. Um, it's a child, so who's ever watching this, don't be jackasses
Don't be
and
weird. Yeah.
commenting stupid shit. I'll find you. No.
Bruce will hunt you down, bro.
But yeah, man. So my biggest takeaways from this past weekend.
Yes.
Bears are in. I don't care. I do not care if you have to win that game against the Packers, which most likely wouldn't have happened. However, obviously it didn't, but most likely would not have happened. However, things may have been a little different had they gotten that 3rd and 1, 4th and 1 in the beginning of the fourth quarter when they're driving.
Yep.
But I digress. They did everything, and you'll probably agree with me. They did everything that they needed to do to that Packers team to
Up
win
until
that
that point.
game. Aside from get touchdowns instead of field goals.
Yes.
Uh,
But even then, when you're going on 7, 8 minute drives, that's what you need to do.
right. I was to say
Except
that's
you
the
need to
only
convert those into touchdowns, and you need to
right.
be able to do it every single time you're on the field.
The only way you're going to beat Brett Favre. Wow. The only way you're going to be able to beat Aaron Rodgers right now in that Packers offense is by having him on the sideline,
Yep.
and not only that, but taking advantage of 3 interceptions he threw or he could have thrown.
Correct. You have to catch those.
100%. You're not
Yeah.
going to be able to. You can't make those mistakes against a Hall of Fame quarterback and potentially the best ever quarterback of all time.
Yep.
You like what I did there? You like what I did there? That's a
There you go. There you go.
people,
A little
in the
foreshadowing.
people in the biz call that foreshadowing and or.
Ooh.
But yeah, no, disappointed, yes. However, when we start talking more about it, I have some good stuff to throw at you with
Yeah.
regards to and our viewers with regards to the Bears DVOA stuff and some of the DVOA information. Actually, for your boy to help your thought process that we talked about before the show that you'll get
Yes.
into. I have some stuff to toss at them, and I actually agree with you on this. So surprisingly, because a lot of
Weird.
times,
You didn't
especially when
agree
it's
with me on Sunday. Let's just say that.
no, it's not that I didn't agree with you. I was still bitter. Now that we're like 4 days past
Yeah.
Sunday, I'm a little bit less pissed off at
That's good.
uh, the Bears and whatnot. But I digress. It'll be fun this weekend. I think that they're going to come with a similar mindset against the Saints. I've done a lot of homework. I've
Yeah,
taken
you
time
have.
away. I've taken time away from my actual job. No one from my work is watching. Hopefully,
Nobody heard that.
we heard that. And I've actually done some studying. I've watched all 22s. Granted, again, like always, my knowledge is very small. But
Yeah.
real quick,
Real quick.
it just hit me right now. I don't know why it pissed me off. You're blitzing, and you have a linebacker on one of the fastest guys, and not only that, but you're also having him show blitz, and then you're having him drop back. There's no bump. There's no nothing.
No.
There's no nothing. Why don't you just have Eddie Jackson pick him up and have Trevathan back into that zone where Jackson was coming up on? Actually,
there were trips on the right,
but it was
Eddie
man.
Jackson was covering someone.
No, he wasn't. No, he was not. So on that play, actually, Jackson was coming. Well, Jackson was coming up on the two in that trips, and he ran a short route. The two ran a short. He ran a.
So you're saying Jackson needs to take MVS, Trevathan needs to take
Correct. Why make it more difficult? Why make it more difficult?
Because they're playing man. That's the problem.
I know. And well, it's funny. Well, when I was this is like the last time I touched football, but was back in high school, and this was years ago. But we ran a similar type stuff in a man-to-man, and that's common. It's man-to-man. It's the closest guy to you or whatever. But you at least got to get a bump, get a push, get him something, so that way it disrupts some of the timing. Oh my God, I was so pissed on that play. Like, why are you going to leave Trevathan on an island against Scantling? The guys like MVS is like one of the fastest guys, if not the fastest guy on the Packers. Am I wrong?
He's for sure the fastest guy in the Packers.
Right.
He's one of the fastest in the NFL.
What are you doing?
Yeah,
what are you doing?
You can't do that. That doesn't go well.
All right, but anyway, so yeah, I've been doing some studying, some stuff on the Saints and whatnot, and I actually think I feel better about this week than I did about last. I'll just say that.
Okay, I think that's fair. Because I think the Packers are a better team than the Saints are. So I'll give you that.
100%. I agree with that. Even though according to DVOA, the Saints are this, that, and the other, and the bee's knees. But I also think that the Saints, and I was looking at the Saints schedule because everyone says that the Saints have like the best defense and whatever.
I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean ratings wise, technically.
Well, sure. They played the Panthers, they played the Vikings, they played the Chiefs. Okay, the Chiefs are legit. Yep. They played the Eagles, they played the Falcons. Okay, Matt Ryan. Okay, not Julio Jones, whatever. But I don't even know if
Julio's been out. Like
I don't even know if he played.
Right.
They played the Broncos. They played the Falcons, 49ers.
Yep.
So all right, so that's what I just named off, like 7 teams, 8 teams.
Yeah, some pretty rough teams.
I don't think that merits like, oh my God, like a DVOA is supposed to account for that, for the strength of the opponent too. But gosh, I don't know, man. I just don't know. But
DVOA also doesn't account for it. Accounts for the strength of that opponent that entire year, not necessarily the strength of the opponent that day. So that's one of the weaknesses of DVOA. It also doesn't account for, like, if you're looking at a specific player, like a DVOA for a quarterback doesn't account for the help they have. So it doesn't compare, okay, you have these players assisting you, things like that. So DVOA is great, don't get me wrong, but it's still a little bit flawed.
Fair. So real quick, before I let you talk about what you want to talk about, I'm going to end my beginning to everything, my quick little Bears spiel.
Yes.
So just so everybody knows, you Chicago Bears fans out there, I would like to give you guys a little bit of hope on this day. All right, let me see if
a little bit of hope.
A little bit of hope. Okay, so one of the things that I found super, super interesting was, according to DVOA, the thing that we were just talking crap about.
Yes.
And a lot of people actually reference it. NFL people use it. A lot of guys on TV and a lot of guys, like, they use it. So whatever. So we use it too. I mean, come on, we're smart.
Yeah.
According to that, though, the Chicago Bears played the hardest schedule, according to DVOA, of all the teams that are in the playoffs this year.
Yes.
So what does that mean? All right. So basically, to me, that tells me like, okay, they went 8-8. Should they have been better? Yes. Should they have beaten like the Lions 100%? Should they have beaten the Vikings? Yes. Were there games on there they should have lost? Falcons? Yes. Are there other games? So all those in the line, even the Lions, the first game of the year that they won, they should have probably lost that game too. If the rookie
Swift catches that, yeah.
Swift catches that ball, exactly. But on a different note, DVOA does not account for where the ball bounces and how luck goes your way sometimes in a crazy ass season.
Yep.
So I just found that interesting, though, that the Chicago Bears have the most difficult schedule in the playoffs for all the teams in the playoffs. So I thought that was an interesting nugget, and I think that leads into what I'm going to say about. I haven't even made my pick yet, by the way. I haven't thought about a number. I'm gonna no joke. It's gonna be a total gut reaction that I'm gonna totally put on here, and we're gonna see what happens.
So Bruce, my one question for you before I start talking about the Packers. That deep throw to Darnell Mooney right at the end of the game, you can make arguments about were the Packers really trying on defense, whatever. Great throw, great catch.
Yes, they were, because we're talking about money right there.
Great throw, great catch. They don't care about that. My question for you is, why in the world do you not do that earlier in the game? If Trubisky can throw it almost 70 yards in the air
on the run.
That was the best throw I've ever seen him make in my life. I did not know he was capable of that. Why don't you do that more often?
So I don't disagree with you at all. One of the things that I actually was getting super frustrated with was I don't think that they could have made that throw or could have done a play like that during the course of that game, just because of the way that they wanted to manage the clock either. Okay. So I think that takes into take that into consideration. Additionally, you got to set up for a play like that. You can't you can't. So I think a lot of the play calling led up to that. And frankly, Chicago Bears fans should be happy, because we didn't see that. We didn't see stuff like that at the beginning of the year. You didn't see progression of plays that led to something like that. Sorry for the dog barking, guys.
No, it's
but no, you didn't see that before. Excuse me. Do I want to see more intermediate routes? 100%, because I'm sick and tired of going 4-5 wide, all hitch.
Yeah.
I've seen way too much of that, and it's really, really frustrating.
Trubisky, just the amount of dump offs that he threw in that game were ridiculous.
Yeah, but I also think that it's like that's and I don't necessarily agree with it, but Nagy's described it as an extension of their run game too.
Okay, there are too many things.
I don't disagree with you. I do not disagree with you.
The last thing I will say is, yes, that works if you have a top 10 defense, but you no longer have a top 10 defense, so that will not work.
No. Yeah. And we'll see what happens this weekend, because hopefully they'll pull heads out of asses and
hopefully. You have Breeze, Kamara should be back, and Michael Thomas is going to be activated.
Hey, DVOA, they're still ranked 8th.
I don't care about, in that sense, I don't care. Okay, sure, 8th, but with having the two worst starting quarterbacks in DVOA, pretty much, I think they're like 28 and 29.
No, that's not true either. I got that for you too, if you want it.
Okay, maybe Trubisky. Is Trubisky above 15? No.
Yeah. No, he's not.
Is Foles above 15? No.
No, Foles is below Trubisky.
Yeah. Not surprised. And again, Trubisky is beaten up on some bad teams. He can't beat a playoff team. He didn't beat a playoff team this year. So I have no reason to believe he'll beat the Saints. Anyway.
He's 23rd. Oh, yeah. No, he's 24th. Sorry. He's 24th and
Trubisky?
Yeah.
Congratulations. When you have a 24th ranked quarterback, you need a top 5 defense. So, but no, what I want to, so first of all,
I cannot wait till the Packers suck so I can talk crap to you.
Packers aren't going to suck, but okay. I mean, if they do, go for it. Feel free.
Rodgers is going to be, when Rodgers is gone.
Oh, anyway. I thought you were talking about this. Oh yeah. When Rodgers is gone, then we'll have Jordan Love, and then I'll have my 3rd straight quarterback to hold over the Bears. I mean, Mitchell Trubisky, he hit like 1,000 completions or something this weekend, and he was the third Bears quarterback ever to hit that. And
I
I'm
know.
like, you only
How
have
sad.
three? That's just
No, did you see the
depressing.
stat? Did you see the stat floating around this past week about Rodgers and Trubisky having the same record after 50 games?
Okay.
I was like, dude.
Yeah, his first three seasons he wasn't very good, and then the fourth one he won a Super Bowl. So if
Oh,
Trubisky's gonna win a Super Bowl in the next
I
16
hope.
games,
Hey,
then we can talk.
hey, let's go.
I know. But no, speaking of that, so I want to talk about. So, first of all, if anybody disagrees with me, speak now or forever hold your peace. That Aaron Rodgers is the NFL MVP. The only category that Patrick Mahomes leads quarterbacks in this year is passing yards, and that's because he throws a lot more and the Packers run more than the Chiefs do. That's where you can account for roughly the 600 passing yards that Mahomes leads in. When you look at touchdown to interception ratio, Rodgers has the only 3 seasons in NFL history with 40 touchdowns and 7 or fewer interceptions. He is the only person to have ever done that, and he's done it 3 times. Then you look at completion percentage. Rodgers led the league. And specifically looking at Mahomes, Rodgers has him in every category other than passing yards. So if you disagree with Rodgers being MVP, I don't want to say it, but go get a little checkup upstairs because I don't even have a place in my brain for that. But let's go a little bit further, right? Because I've been seeing some things that okay, whatever. Rodgers wins. This will be his fourth MVP, right? Yeah,
Fourth.
20. No, this will be his third.
Third.
2011, 2014.
Third.
This will be his third MVP. So I wanted to take a look because it's generally accepted that Tom Brady is supposed to be the GOAT. He's supposed to be the best quarterback of all time. So I wanted to take a look at a couple things, and I mean, you can debate Rodgers' stats versus Brady's stats,
Ooh.
and I think when Rodgers' career is over, I think they will have very similar statistics. There's a couple things to take into account. Number one, when you're looking at stats, I believe Brady has 6 seasons where he's thrown at least 600 pass attempts. Rodgers has only done that once. So just on a base level, Tom Brady throws the ball a lot more than Aaron Rodgers because Rodgers is much more efficient. But I want to take a look at, because I said the other day, I said, Bruce, when we were talking about the expectations that I should have for the Green Bay Packers with a caliber
Yeah.
quarterback the same as
That,
Aaron
that,
Rodgers,
that bit you
I,
in the ass a little bit.
I said if Aaron Rodgers had a top 10 defense in any year since 2010, he should be expected to at least go to a conference championship, if not go to the Super Bowl, and in my opinion, win it.
I
So,
agree with you.
so let's take a look at the years that Tom Brady has had a top 10 defense. So Tom Brady's been playing for 21 years. This is his 21st season in the NFL. First of all, Tom Brady, amazing career, very great longevity. Have to give him props for that. So he's played
12.
21 years. Bruce, off the top of your head, how many times do you think he has had a top 10 defense?
21 years with the Patriots. The Patriots have always had a pretty decent defense too.
Yes, including this year as well.
Oh yeah, it's true. The Buccaneers defense is actually really good. Top 10, you said?
Yes.
Out of the 21 years, I'll say 18.
17. 17 out of the last 21 years, Tom Brady is at a top 10 defense. So Aaron Rodgers has been a starter since 2008. So in those 12 seasons, because it's technically 13, but in 2017 he played like 3 games or something like that because he was hurt most of the season. So in those years, in 12 years, how many times do you think Aaron Rodgers has had a top 10 defense?
In 12 years?
Yes,
Twice.
3.
That's pretty damn good, mind you. That I'm guessing this shit.
That's pretty accurate. 2010, 2019, and 2020.
Yeah.
So 2010, they won the Super Bowl. 2019, he went to the NFC Championship game, and the defense just absolutely folded. Realistically, again, that team was not a top 10 defense in every metric other than yards allowed, which is the best metric you can go with going back to 2000 because they didn't really have DVOA then. So using that metric, they were top 10, but again, we had this discussion last time, I think. It's mostly because the Packers were on the field more than their defense was. So, and then in 2020, He has a top 10 defense. I believe they're ranked number 9, somewhere around there. And so every single year Tom Brady has won the Super Bowl, they have had a top 10 defense. And you want to know the common denominator between Tom Brady losing a Super Bowl, not having a top 10 defense. Every year he's lost a Super Bowl, he has not had a top 10 defense. Weird, right?
No.
So one more thing.
It's kind of understandable in the playoffs. If you have a defense, you win Super Bowls.
Right. It makes sense. Tom Brady is not the reason. He is a very large factor. But he is not the majority reason that the New England Patriots and Tom Brady and Bill Belichick won all of those Super Bowls. Last thing I want to look at is just some stats. Is just some stats directly relating to Tom Brady. So in 21 years, Tom Brady has led 15 offenses to top 10. Okay? That's pretty good, right? 15 offenses to top 10 in 21 years. That's pretty good, right? The only time that Tom Brady led a number 1 offense in the NFL was the year that Randy Moss had his historic season.
Dude, right. That was a sick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That is the only time that Tom Brady has led the NFL in passer rating, I believe. He might have done it one other time. And that is the only time that he has had a better statistical season than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, in 12 years, has led 11 offenses that were top 10, and he has led 4 top offenses in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers has the best 2 passer ratings of all time, the 3 seasons of 40 touchdowns, 7 interceptions or less, and the final dagger in my argument before we let Lou in here is, let's talk about the playoffs, right? Tom Brady has lost 10 playoff games.
I have so many things to say, but we have
Tom Brady has lost 10 playoff games. And 8 of those 10 games, their opponent scored under 30 points. So only twice, realistically, did Tom Brady lose a playoff game because his defense failed him. When he lost in the playoffs, it was because of him. Then Aaron Rodgers, 5 of his 7 losses, the opponent scored over 30 points per game, and they averaged 36 in his playoff losses. So when Aaron Rodgers loses a playoff game, it's because his defense fails him the majority of the time.
Yeah. No, and I don't disagree with you. And we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll sum it up like this. I legit, like, if there's a Mount Rushmore of all-time best quarterbacks, yeah, you better take that victory sip.
Oh, yeah.
If there is a Mount Rushmore of best quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers is on mine.
Yeah.
So you're not, like, I'm just letting you know, like, wow,
No,
I'm a huge Bears fan, and you know that, and obviously you know that because of our texts that we exchanged this past weekend.
Yeah.
Until I kind of like calmed down. But no, I agree. Like I would love that. I would love for that man to be the quarterback for the Bears. Like he's a stud, and I'm not gonna disagree with you on it. I'm not at all. I actually think Aaron Rodgers. It's funny when you were talking about. By the way, MVP years were 2011 and 2014.
Yes.
I don't know. I think you said. But anyway, it'll be a third this year.
Yes.
You heard me.
Should be.
We'll see. But this is actually interesting. I was looking at his player comps real quick. And right now his player comps, according to NFL or Pro Football Reference for his career, one of them actually kind of surprises me. I'm going to save that one for the end. But Fran Tarkington, Hall of Famer, John Elway, Hall of Famer, Dan Marino, Hall of Famer, Ken Anderson, kind of surprising, Dan Fouts, Hall of Famer, Phillip Rivers, which I found a little.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Phillip Rivers. Joe Montana, Hall of Famer. Steve Young, Hall of Famer. And this one surprised me significantly. And I actually did a little bit of like scouring, like very minimal compared to you. Yeah. I didn't take it. I'm not sitting here with notes or anything. These are all the notes I have right here.
These are the notes that I had for that rant. I didn't do that off the top of my head.
Yeah, that was good though. But the player that kind of surprised me, aside from who was it? Aside from Phillip Rivers, well, Russell Wilson's on here. Why, I don't know. But here, this is the one that really did surprise me big time. Matt Ryan. Like that shocked me. But I actually did a little digging and like not to Matt Ryan specifically, but just when I was looking at some QB stuff earlier
Yeah,
this week, and I found Matt Ryan on a lot of or higher up on rankings throughout the course
yeah.
of my digging.
I mean, he again is another example of very high usage rate. I mean, if you want to use like a basketball term, Matt Ryan has had a very high usage rate because they've almost never had a very good running game. He throws,
666 times this year.
yeah, that's ridiculous. Rodgers threw like 550.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go on.
so Matt Ryan throws a lot, and he has
I like
thrown a lot every year he has been in the league. So I'm
I
not
like
surprised, not to take away from what he has done, but he throws the football a lot.
I like
So
Matt Ryan.
no, I love
Honestly,
him. Again, another guy that
I
the Bears would take him.
So he's another guy though, but like here, listen, the player comps with Matt Ryan, Joe Montana, Philip Rivers, two guys. So with Aaron Rodgers, Ken Anderson with Aaron Rodgers, Dan Marino, Roger Staubach,
Do they
John
not
Elway.
take like winning into account?
Basically, I think it's just honestly, I think it's just
It's probably
statistics.
just stats, yeah, which I
Um,
get. And
but you
and I
know
think
what
a
though?
lot of
Like
these guys are being compared because they didn't throw as much back
four
in the
time
day.
four-time Pro Bowls. He's won the NFL MVP once. He's AP Offense Player of the Year in 2016. That was the year that they lost to the Patriots in the Super Bowl, wasn't it?
Yep,
Yeah. So honestly, Matt Ryan's like
28-3. I
good.
said it.
That was good. But yeah, no, I like so going back to what we were originally saying about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, no, let's not turn this into a complete Green Bay Packer love. But yes, I
Yeah,
think Aaron Rodgers is a stud and the Packers are really good. And let's stop talking about that.
yeah.
So real quick, before Sweet Lou jumps in on here, he's
Yes.
not in right now, is
No, not yet. Almost.
he? Okay, fair enough. I see you messing around on your screen. What are you doing over there?
Yeah, I know.
Why gotta hide behind my name? So anyway, real quick, earlier this week I was talking about how I kind of looked at some of the stuff with the Saints Chiefs game. I looked at all the offensive plays from the Saints Chiefs game,
Yes.
or all the offensive Saints plays.
Yeah.
So some of the things that I noticed while watching the offensive plays for the Saints, because I did watch a few of from the Chiefs, because obviously Patrick Mahomes is an absolute freak of nature stud.
Oh, for sure.
I think that there's an overreaction to people here in Chicago freaking out saying how Trubisky can't throw in the pocket. Who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
If he can roll out, go for it.
I can't tell you how many times I saw the Chiefs move the pocket and roll and do rollouts, and
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing. That's one of my takeaways from that. So let's go back to the Saints though. I'm sorry. I think if you like, I don't care about Breeze. Like, he's an absolute stud too. Ridiculously good. Hall of Famer. Could be his last game. You never know. But I think if you stop Kamara, I think you stop the Saints.
Yes, I think that's fair.
If you stop Kamara, you stop the Saints. I think the mobile quarterbacks, Trubisky being one of them, kills their defense and what they want to do. I saw that in the Eagles game when I watched the Eagles Saints game, when I saw that with
I still wouldn't classify. I would not classify Trubisky as a mobile quarterback. Like, he's technically mobile, but that's not part of the game plan.
the threat to right, and that's fair too. But he's a
Yeah.
threat to.
Yes.
So you have to have there's an accountability
He
factor.
has the physical capability of more
Correct.
so than like Drew Brees, right?
There's an accountability factor for the linebackers that have to keep an eye on him.
Yes.
Because of that, though, it'll help them significantly from the last game when the Bears had Nick Foles.
Yeah, I think so.
Playing then.
Yeah.
Also, I think that the way Bill Lazor's been calling plays lately, even though we've been hearing the rumors about how Matt Nagy's been like more involved, I think that's kind of like, I don't know, it's just whatever.
Yeah.
I think that since they've been running the ball more now, that's going to affect a lot of what's going to be done on the Saints end. So this will be a similar play calling that we saw in the Packer game. However, I think there's going to be more success in their play calling and in what they're going to do against the Saints.
Okay.
And
I'll give you that.
I also think you blitz the shit out of Breeze.
True.
Except you're going to leave your corners on an island, but I think you're going to get a lot of the Buster Screen didn't practice. However, you still had Jalen Johnson practice, so I think he's going to be back this week. He's limited, but he'll be back. Michael Thomas is back, obviously for the Saints, and that he's a stud, but he had a high ankle. We don't know how he's going to be cutting. We don't know, but thank you for him and the Saints that they're on their turf. Pun intended and not intended at the same time.
Yeah.
So I like you don't know how he's going to cut. You don't know how much how much it has healed. I've had a high ankle sprain myself, and it doesn't feel good, and it doesn't heal just after 3 weeks. Granted, he's got significantly better rehabbing process than I do.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But I think with everything that I saw, dude, I'm telling you, I think I might lean towards the Bears in this game. I really might lean toward the Bears in this game.
We will get that prediction from you later, Bruce.
I know, and I'm
get
like,
that from you later.
I'm hinting at it a little bit.
I know. We are going to let our friend Sweet Lou in here. Let him connect to audio.
Awesome. Oh, and he's got a puppy too. We already love you, Sweet Lou.
That's awesome. Get him all connected.
Perfect.
Yo.
How you doing, Lou?
Man, I'm good. I had to bring Bruno in here so y'all hear a whole lot of barking all over the house.
It's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I got a puppy upstairs myself. Looks a lot like yours too.
That's awesome. Lou, how you doing, sir?
I'm good.
Let's see, Bruce. I always let you have the first question. So whatever you want to ask Lou, I know we talked about some things before the show. Ask away.
Yes, sir. Well, it's a pleasure to have another coach joining us tonight, sir. So thank you so much, and it's a pleasure to have you on. I got to ask the first thing. Can you please give us a little history on how you became the coach of the Harlem Globetrotters?
Woo-wee. Well, that's a long line for me because I played for 24 years with the organization. And almost everything you can do with this organization, I did. Besides, I was an ambassador of goodwill. I was a basketball player, showman, whatever you want to say. And then after my basketball career was over with the organization, I still hung around, did some AA work, ambassador work, and then I dropped into the coaching role. Who knows anything more about coaching a Globetrotter team than a Globetrotter?
It's true. That is true. So how's it like right now coaching your son and being around, having an opportunity to be with him?
No. That's not possible.
That's not possible.
Well, I had the opportunity to coach him once, and that was here in Houston. When I carried my jersey. And let Lewis come here and play with me that time. He did good. He did real good. But that was the one and only time because, I don't know if we can get along too well. And, the coach is supposed to be arguing with his players.
That's still pretty cool. I'm sure the opportunity for your son, I'm sure he loved it too, though.
Yeah, he had a great time, and he did really well. I think he likes what he's doing, and so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, Lou, can you walk us through, you played high school, college basketball. You were drafted to the Philadelphia 76ers, I believe. And then can you walk us through what led you from that point to first starting to play with the Globetrotters?
Well, after I was, like you said, I was drafted by Philly, and we never came to terms. I never went to Philly. I actually went to Europe. I played a year. I went to a place called Pesaro, Italy. And they were actually looking for a center. And if you know anything about my background, I really wasn't a center. I played a couple times, but I played point guard at the University of Houston. So, it was a place, Lugano, Switzerland, which is right across the lake from Lake Como. They were looking for a forward. And so they had a center there, and we just traded spots. And so I went to Lugano, Switzerland, and I played there for a year. We won the Swiss championship, had the opportunity to play in the European Cup. And the old myth about they don't pay you over there. That's right. So I had to stay there till June to get all my money.
Hey, I don't blame you at all.
Yeah, and then I came home and signed a free agent contract with the Houston Rockets.
Okay.
And now I went to the summer pro league with those guys, and they played me periodically, and I just, and a guy from the Globetrotters was there and invited me to training camp, and I was ready to go because I was ready to play. And the rest is history. So I'm doing about 43, 44 years in the book by now.
So what did you do in between playing and coaching? Because you said you played for about 23 years, right?
24.
24. So what did you do in between that? And then I think I saw it's about your 8th year coaching for the team. So what did you do in between there?
I did some advanced work, some of the stuff that Lewis does now, go out before the teams get there and promote the game and just move on. I was always doing something in the organization. So.
Okay. That's awesome. So I one of the questions I want to ask you too, do you get a chance to see, obviously you had a lot of success in your college career. Do you get a chance to kind of go back and watch Houston play? I know they've had a lot of success lately. So have you had a chance to go back to Houston and watch them and do anything around the campus there?
Well, I live here in Houston. I'm in the suburbs of Houston. I in Seabrook, so I'm still here. I usually go every year to the basketball dinner. They have a dinner before the season every year. This year they didn't do it because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
So I'm usually there for that, the kickoff, and get a chance to see the guys and the coaches. Love the coach right now. He's doing a great job over there, and they're ranked like number 11 now, I believe, in the country. So they're not doing bad.
Yeah, they're really good.
That's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
So how does one? And I'm going to shift gears a little bit with you, if you don't mind, Sweet Lou.
Okay.
How does one decide and try out for the Globetrotters organization?
Send me your video, Bruce.
Hey, there's a reason why I'm a coach.
Well, we have a scout. We have a scouting system as well, and we have guys go out and scout for the Globetrotters and bring in players every year. And also, a lot of times people send in videos, and we look at the videos and see if they're deemed worthy to come to the Harlem Globetrotters training camp. So that's also a part of it.
So where is training camp usually held for you guys?
Well, for years we did out in Long Island, New York, where the old New York Knicks used to play at. But now we moved to, since our home base is in Atlanta, so we moved it out to Norcroft, Georgia, out in Georgia. And they got a big facility out there, about 12 basketball courts out there. Lakeside. It's a big place out there. Got about 12 basketball courts, got baseball, everything you want to do out there. So we moved it very near our home base, which is in Norcroft, Georgia, outside Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Okay. So Lou, when you're at the facility at the beginning of a year, what is the process like coming up with all of the routines and all of the shows and things like that and training? Obviously you need to keep your actual basketball skills there as well. But what is a week or a month or just kind of the training schedule, the preparing look like for the Globetrotters?
Oh my goodness. Well, training camp is pretty grueling time for us because right now it's not as long as it used to be. We used to have a couple of 3 weeks, it's been cut down considerably now. And so we go in probably for a week and a half or so, and we bring rookies in, and we're doing 2 a day. We're at this facility all day. We have lunch there. We get lunch catered in. So we're there all day until we go back to the hotel. And once we get back to the hotel, we got meetings. The coaches have meetings. We discuss what happened. Just like any other basketball organization, we do the same thing. But it's pretty grueling. And, we try to break down into different areas for the young guys and teach them the reams. We call the reams the thing we do with the basketball for the magic circle. We teach them the reams. And, the show part, we kind of let them sit around and watch, because, you have to realize you just can't. It looks easy. Once you see the Globetrotters doing it, it's not quite as easy as it is. I mean, I don't know if you guys ever watched the dunk contest.
Oh, yeah.
We get a array of those guys coming out want to be Globetrotters. They can do it when you got time to sit around and talk, But in the floor of the game, it's a little bit different, So
that's fair.
So it's a pretty tough gig.
Man, I can remember, and this is pretty funny. I can remember when I was younger, and by the way, thank you so much for being such a big part of my childhood. Because I honestly, no, I gotta give him props for because it's true because you were one of the many reasons why I got into basketball. It was the Harlem Globetrotters and Michael Jordan, so I'm cool with that.
All right.
That's good company to be in.
It's great. It's great company. It's great company to be in. But so I don't know if you recall this, but back in the early 2000s, there was the And One mixtapes. Do you remember? That they were called the And One mixtapes?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things I can remember vividly about those is some of the stuff I saw on there were things that I saw the Harlem Globetrotters do from back when I was a little kid. So my question to you is, how much influence do you think the Harlem Globetrotters have had on basketball and society in general?
Oh my goodness. You know, a whole lot. I mean, let me give you a story about the NBA basketball. You know, years ago when the NBA wasn't as popular as they were today, you know what happened was, so they wasn't getting any people coming to see the NBA basketball games. So they had the Harlem Globetrotters to come play before the NBA game, so they get people in the stand, and they used to pack the house. And so, but what happened was, after the Globetrotters played, the people were
leaving.
They're gone.
So what they had to do was reverse the schedule and let the NBA play first, and then let the Globetrotters play, because they knew the people were gonna stay for the Globetrotters. And so that's a big plus for us, man. We helped the NBA to get to where they are today. And what you see, like when Magic and those guys played in LA, they called it Showtime. It's always been Showtime for the Globetrotters. The behind the back passes, dunk. That's what we do. Yeah. That's what we do. And we just make it look a little bit easier. And so now that's how Showtime came about for the NBA.
That's great. So I think I have an idea, MJ, what you're going to ask. I'm probably going to steal your question.
No, go for it.
So because of the impact that you had the opportunity to visit the Pope, the Vatican, and talk with the man himself. How was that experience? And did you by chance give him a jersey? And what number was it?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And at that particular time, the Pope was moving a little slow. But the only time he really moved was we gave him a basketball. He reached and grabbed it. Pope got a good head fake there, so. And we gave him a jersey. He was the 75th Pope, so his number was number 75.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we gave him a jersey as well.
It's really
cool.
Cool.
How cool is that? I mean, there's now, like when you win the NBA finals or whatever, you usually go visit the White House. But I mean, for a lot of people, visiting the Pope is another level up. So were you nervous?
You, brother. I've been with royalty. I wish I could touch you, brothers. Y'all be saved. I'll be saved, y'all.
Hey, we're talking to you, so that's good enough, right? Come on.
Oh,
that's awesome.
So yeah, but how was that experience though? Like, what was like?
It was awesome. It was awesome, man. And I mean, just seeing all the people around there that were there to see the Pope, and it was amazing for us to be right there, standing right next to him. Couldn't beat it. That was the greatest feeling in the world.
That's cool.
So I have another question, and this is partially for my dad because he's the one that put me onto this. So on like the Harlem Globetrotters page that they have for you, it says you were on the Harlem Globetrotters visiting episode of Gilligan's Island. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So my dad grew up watching Gilligan's Island on TV. Then I grew up watching the reruns on TV. So that is the coolest thing in the world to me. So tell me about that. I mean, one of the most iconic shows ever. You were on that episode, and I remember it vividly. Now I kind of want to go back and look for you.
Yeah, it's actually a 2-hour special we did.
Yeah.
The Globetrotters got lost on Gilligan's Island, and we played against the Invincible, some robots they had on that.
It's great.
Bless her soul, may she rest in peace, Mary Ann. She was there, and Ginger, and Gilligan, his wife, Dreamer, and Mr. Howe. Oh my goodness, Mr. Howe was still around too at that particular time. So was a pretty good game, man.
Oh, problems with doing live shows.
Yeah, it happens. I'm sure Lou will come back.
Sweet Lou, if you can hear us right now, you're frozen. So
Just to let you know.
just to let you know, you're frozen. Beautiful puppy, though.
Honestly, though. And very well
Honestly,
behaved.
right? I love the fact that just him, the amount of positivity. You can totally see why he's a coach.
Yeah. Because he'll kick
For
your
the
butt a
Globetrotters.
little bit, but oh.
You back?
Oh, come back.
There we go. We're back.
There we go.
Okay, what I was trying to say was it was a resort, and so after the plane crash, we just on the island. We started practicing. We built us a little hoop on the island. We started shooting around with coconuts. You know, Gilligan peeping through the woods saw us playing, and he went back and told everybody, "These guys over there, they play shooting coconuts and carrying on." That's how we got to the island. And so we had this mad scientist that was on the island at a particular time.
Yeah.
And so he built these robots, and he wanted us to play against the Invincibles. And so they were killing us at first because we were just playing straight basketball. And then we started doing what we do, and we gave it to the robots. They started blowing fuses and carrying on. And so we gave it to them. So we hung out on the island for a while. That was a great experience. It was a good thing.
So were you actually shooting coconuts, or did you get a basketball at any point?
No, we played the Invincible, we had basketball. But when we was practicing, when we just had the plane ready, we was shooting coconuts.
That's amazing. I love that. I mean, and then at that point, you can say you are literally better than robots. You're the best basketball players in the world. You are better than robots.
Like, they were one-dimensional. See, it can't be one-dimensional.
There you go. There's the coach in him coming out.
That is great. Oh man! So now I'm gonna change it up a little bit and kind of focus back on the schedule aspect of the Globetrotters. How grueling is that schedule that you guys have? Because obviously you don't just travel around the United States and that's it. You travel worldwide. So how crazy can that schedule get for you and for the players?
Well, let me just tell you guys this: nobody, and when I say nobody, I mean nobody, traveled like the Harlem Globetrotters. You know, my coach used to always say, we play 7 days a week and 8 days on special holidays. It's actually a pretty grueling schedule, man, because on the weekends, most of the time we do double headers. You know, we be in the big arenas in the Forum, well, not the Forum no more, but Staples Center.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then here at the Toyota Center here in Houston, we play those double hitters because the larger cities we had to put in 2 games in that particular day. But you know, we also have to get there. You guys have to remember, we don't just pop up and sure be there.
Right.
But, and that's why I think the Globetrotters are pretty special, because people don't really realize what we do to get to these places to play the games. Mm-hmm. And I take my hat off to the females that we have, because, you know, it's tough on the guys. And for these young ladies to travel like we do and get out and perform like they do, mm-hmm. They're a special person. They deserve to be a Harlem Globetrotter. That's very special.
Yeah.
So we put in the work. Let me tell you something. So if I was a used car and I was trying to trade my body in, they just take him to the junkyard.
Wouldn't go well.
You're a rusted Yugo.
Yeah, baby. No more miles left on this one.
Strip it for parts. Let it go.
Oh, that's great.
What is your favorite place that you were able to go on those travels? Obviously, the United States is cool. All the crowds in the U.S. are cool. But globally, other than the Pope, because we've already discussed that, so other than the Vatican, what's the coolest place you've been able to go to for the Globetrotters?
Man, I'll tell you what, my favorite country probably was Australia. You know, now being around here, two years ago, I think I made my 10th trip to Australia.
Wow.
So you know, I've been able to see the Sydney Opera House. You know, they had the Australian Grand Prix, a lot of things over there. And the koalas, you got a chance to visit the koalas and see the kangaroos. So that's pretty cool. So I think that's my favorite country. But, you know, like Dodger said, there's no place like home, you know. Yeah. So this is the best place to play. And a lot of people always ask, what's the best crowds you get? You know, and like I said, there's no place like home. But the Latin country, Spain, oh my goodness, they love the Harlem Globetrotters.
Really?
Oh my goodness, the Latin countries, man, is unbelievable. They fill the house.
That's awesome.
That's impressive. I mean, it makes sense.
So-
Spain likes basketball,
Oh
but
yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I guess that
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense.
I guess that makes sense.
No, I'm just processing. I'm sorry, I process out loud, Bruce. You interrupt me, so it was my time to interrupt you. Now you can talk.
That's
I
all
just
right.
had
That's
to-
all right. What's in the cup? What's in the cup, MJ?
Oh, this is
Right.
only lemonade.
Oh, hey, that's me, Coach.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm only 20. He's the big boy here.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I'm the old guy. I'm just chilling here drinking my beer. No, actually, so I'm kind of interested in this too, though, because you guys have played exhibition games against NBA teams before, or NCAA teams and whatnot. How's that like? How's making that transition from doing the shows to actually going up against like NCAA team? Like, and I'm not talking about like teams that are like D3, like smaller schools or junior colleges. You guys are going up against like legit D1 great programs.
Powerhouses, yeah.
So I'm curious, like, how is it to coach against like those guys?
Well, actually, during that particular time when we were doing that, I wasn't coaching then. I was still part of the organization, but I wasn't playing because I was in my later years at that particular time.
Fair.
But, you know, you got to remember, first and foremost, with basketball players, I mean, I don't go out and look for a guy. When I bring a guy to train, kept seeing he spin the ball on his finger, or can he, you know, take it around his back. I said, well, can he play the game? That's
Right.
what, all the other stuff we can teach you. I can't teach you how to play the game.
True.
At this point in your life, you don't know how to play the game. You're a little late.
Yeah.
You're a little late. You know, so that's the big thing. So we got some very talented athletes, you know, and you just have to remember, like I tell people all the time, you know, there's just not enough room in the NBA for everybody. That don't mean these guys are unworthy of playing in the NBA. And, you know, and there's so many spots that's available overseas for these guys. And so, if a lot of people who don't want to opt to go overseas, they opt to come to the Globetrotters, and they're great basketball players. And so, you know, it's not hard at all. I mean, that's what you get. You get basketball players. I mean, with Joe the Bomb, we wouldn't even take Joe the Bomb if he showed up. We wouldn't take him. So.
Right.
That is awesome. So, as a coach, what's your coaching philosophy? Because I know I've experienced Bruce as a coach. He was my freshman baseball coach. So, Bruce, definitely more of a player's coach. You know, he was buddy with a lot of us. He was much more of a player's coach. If you had to describe your philosophy, what would that be?
And well, I'm a player's coach too, you know, because I was in their shoes. I mean, I was in their shoes for 24 years. But then there's the other side of me that has to be the discipline guy. I got to be the bigger person, and you know, and make the decision that they wouldn't probably make at the time. You know, well, we got a 12 o'clock game tomorrow, so don't go out, guys. I probably need to put you on curfew tonight. You know, midnight again. So, I mean, when you're young, you know, when you're 22, 3, 4, you know, you think you're invincible. So you think you can go out and come in, and they ain't always like that. Now, some people can. Some players can. And you never know they were out. But then some say, boy, you know you need to go to bed.
You can smell it in their sweat.
Bruce, no.
Bruce, no. Bruce has done that plenty of times.
I've been there. I've played my few. Basketball was my baby. Like that was my number one. So I've been there a few times when I've had a little too much the night before.
Lewis didn't tell you, you know, baseball was my number one sport coming up.
Really?
Yeah, man. When I was a kid, I didn't start playing basketball till I was going to the 6th grade. Wow. But baseball, when I was a kid, we played baseball every summer. That's all we did. And, you know, I grew up, and I was a pitcher and first baseman. You know, I'm from Louisiana originally, so I grew up right down the street from J.R. Richards. We all played at the same time. And I had the opportunity, he was a little older than me, to see Vida Blue pitch in high school.
Wow.
You know, and then by the time I got to be a junior in high school, we won the best baseball championship. state championship in baseball my junior year.
Uh-huh.
And then my senior year, we won in basketball. So, but
Dang.
if my dad wouldn't have made me go on a recruiting trip my senior year, we probably would have run 2 years in a row of baseball. My dad made me go to Florida State on a recruiting trip, and they lost. And they were mad with me, but it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault.
It's always
You didn't do
dad.
it.
Always dad.
Gotta listen to Pops.
It's true.
And probably the only reason when I got to the University of Houston, the program wasn't that great, so I just stuck with basketball. You know, I thought about playing both, but you know, but I just played basketball.
Well, so all right, so we're gonna go down this this road with you then. Who was the favorite baseball player growing up then?
Woo! You know what? Mickey Mantle I was coming up first. Mickey Mantle. I used to love Mickey Mantle. Matter of fact, I think I wore number 7 for a time when I was a kid.
That's cool.
Yeah, Mickey Mantle. And then, you know, then Willie Mays came into the picture, you know, those guys. Man, I got to be friends with Dave Concepcion.
Really?
You know, I got real good friends with Dave Concepcion. Ennis Cabell, who for here in Houston, we were great friends. Joe Sambito, the pitcher of the Astros. And me and JR grew up together, so I've been knowing JR forever. So, yeah, I love the game of baseball.
So that makes me curious. Did you have, and I don't know the best way to phrase this, but like other celebrity sport friends because you were on the Globetrotters? Like, did other stars from other sports come and watch you, and was there interaction when they were there?
Oh, we get it all the time, especially in LA. You know, you go to LA. Oh my goodness, the stars come out at night, buddy. And so, you know, you get a chance to meet a lot of people out there. I don't know how well you're into music, but
yeah,
when I was really younger and with the Globetrotters, we used to have training camp out in LA. And we stayed at the University of Sheraton. And I met this young lady named Susan Giroux. And she said, I'm Al Giroux's wife. I said, girl, shut up. You're not no Al Giroux's wife. And so she said, no, I'm going to bring him the next night. And so we went to the little nightclub, and there Al Giroux was. I said, oh my goodness.
Wow.
And so me and Al became, he rested in peace as well. We became really good friends, man, after that, you know. So I met a lot of good, and that time, you probably don't know who Telly Savalas is.
Yeah.
Kojak. Look at this.
He does. I don't know. I'll admit, I got nothing.
Yeah, but
I followed up until that.
Mom and they used to stay in the hotel where we used to live. They used to live in the hotel, actually. So we got a chance to meet them when they was living in the hotel.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, man, we learn a lot of celebrities. Anthony Anderson right now is another good friend of mine.
Really?
So, know a lot of people. Been around the block a couple times, fellas.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
That's awesome.
Uh-oh.
I think Lou's frozen again.
Lou, you're frozen again. If you can hear us, jump back in. Jump back in, Lou. Jump back in. No, I think one of the things I wanted to ask him about was his experiences coming to the city of Chicago. That's
get the man ranting about Chicago.
Yeah, I would like to hear that. That'd be kind of interesting. You can ask him about Dallas if you want to.
Nah, it's fine. He's from Houston. He probably doesn't like Dallas.
I have one of my puppies here right now.
Puppy, is it Lady?
No, it's Duke. It's the husky. Well, Lady's actually laying down right here.
Oh, okay. Not to pick favorite. Oh, Lou's gone.
Nope. Lou's gone. He
okay.
bounced.
Well, I think. We're about done.
Well, he might jump back on. Wait,
if he comes back in, I will let him back in. But
fair enough. Stop it.
I'm not gonna kick him out.
Don't kick out Sweet Lou.
No. But I do need to, while he's not here, switch back to our other, our fancier scene that I have set up. Because I'm a big Twitch guy now, so I know how to do all the things.
I know. Look at that. Look at all this stuff you got going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, real quick, since Sweet Lou is currently not here right now.
What are you gonna do?
The weekend is right around the corner, and there are plenty of things going on in Central Illinois to keep you and the family busy, whether you're just visiting or you call the heart of Illinois home. Discover Peoria. The Peoria Area Convention and Visitors Bureau has dropped us information about a few weekly discoveries you don't want to miss. 12 days of carryout, the results. Discover Peoria is so excited to share the results of the 12 days of carryout that took place back in December. I don't know if you guys remember, like me reading that to you guys, but anyways.
I remember.
Thank you. A huge thank you to the community members who participated because we raised a total of $3,907 for local nonprofits, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Not only does this support our nonprofits, but it also support our local restaurants who were so generous in giving 20% of their day's proceeds. Let me tell you something. The fact that there are restaurants still willing to help out in something like this with the situation that we're currently in because of the pandemic, which is it's amazing. And it's really cool to see.
Very impressive. Very impressive. The second event that we have to talk about is the virtual second annual Wellfest 2021. So Soulside Healing Arts second annual Wellfest is this weekend. This year's event will be virtual and is free for the public to attend. You can participate in this year's event on both Saturday, January 9th, and Sunday, January 10th from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Both days will feature various styles of yoga and conversation topics like herbal medicine, mental health, and intuitive eating. You can register for the event over at Discover Peoria's event page. So if you're a little bit stressed out and need a little bit of some calming activities this weekend, I know Bruce has had a rough week. Bruce is off his routine. So Bruce, if you need some yoga, make sure to check out the event.
Here's my calming activity. I got my calming activity. Don't worry about it.
That sounds
I'm
about
gonna
right.
get a workout in, have a couple brews. I'll be all right, man.
That's my Bruce.
But
so
real quick.
No, good. You can talk. Whatever.
Whatever. No, let's go with this. I want to say thank you to Sweet Lou for jumping on with us. While we didn't give a proper goodbye to him,
Yes.
it was actually really cool and definitely a walk down memory lane, I'm sure, for him, but also for me selfishly, because it gave me a chance to remember the times that I went to see the Globetrotters play when I was really, really young. Unfortunately, I haven't seen them lately, but hopefully after this whole pandemic has passed us and this bullshit ends, I can, if they continue their tour in Chicago, I will definitely make it a point to go see Sweet Lou.
And maybe I can come with.
Done. And I'll rock the shirt, be like, hey, man, you were on my show.
Us? Hey, you know us, maybe. Yeah.
But no, thank you so much for him for being so graceful or gracious, I'm sorry, with his time, and definitely good stuff.
I just love stories, Bruce. Like everybody we have on, I have like an incentive to bring on older guys who have stories. I mean, you just hit play and get the stories, and it's a good time.
I got a story for you.
Ooh.
This story involves a team.
A team. What kind of team, Bruce?
Said team, it used to be a monster, and then it went into hibernation.
Sad.
But somehow,
some way,
they're awakened.
Ooh.
For the playoffs. That team is the Chicago Bears. That's terrible. All right.
They went 3-5 in their last 8 games.
4-1 with Mitchell. And actually, no, 3-3 with Mitchell Trubisky starting at quarterback. But shut up. Anyway.
Perfectly average. Love to see it.
Let's go with this. Hey, 8-8. But that said, let's go with this. Predictions for the weekend.
Predictions.
Let me close out. Let me get rid of the advertisements. Let me close the stuff with Sweet Lou.
We need Ispin.
One of the things. What? All right, I'm going to be quick about this. I'm not going to go into some bullshit rant and explain all these stats, drop all these stat lines or whatever, because my mind says Saints, but my heart and my Bears fandom says the Bears are going to win this game. How? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen, but I will say this. The only way that they'll win this game is if they score touchdowns instead of field goals like they did against the stupid Packers. Yes, I'm sorry, the stupid Packers, because I'm bitter again. That said, final score. The Bears lose this game if they do not score more than 24 points. So they have to
adds up.
They have to score more than 24 points. So Bears 27, Saints 24.
Ooh. Do we get a wild card round redemption from the Bears kicker?
Yeah, right.
Winning field goal, maybe, possibly.
How funny would it be though if he it double doinks but goes in?
I would love that. The full circle.
I would have a heart attack.
Okay, so real quick, I just want to run through the games and get your prediction.
Yeah.
Don't give me any reason, just give me winner. Colts,
Oh,
Bills.
Bills.
I agree. Rams, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
I agree.
That was kind of tough though, but
It
Seahawks.
is divisional game. I agree. Bucks, Washington football team.
Bucks.
Washington football team for me.
I know I thought that too, but no, I'm gonna go Bucks.
I'm gonna go. So Ravens, Titans.
Ravens, Titans. I'm gonna go Titans actually.
I'm gonna go Ravens. Bears, Saints. I think Saints. We already know your thoughts and interesting opinions. And then
They'll
Browns.
at least cover, damn it. They'll at least cover.
Okay, sure. And then Browns, Steelers.
Both fake teams. I'm sorry. Can they both lose? I'm sorry. Like whoever wins this game is losing the next round. I don't think the Steelers are very good. I don't think the Browns are very good. Can I just be like this is a shitter bowl?
Sure.
I'm gonna go.
I mean, I pick Browns.
I'll take Browns.
Okay, perfect.
Browns.
Well, and then if
I'm
your
gonna have
wonderful Bears do win, then we get a nice little divisional round matchup between the Packers and the Bears.
The Packers. Yeah, I know. And the Packers are gonna kick the crap out of the Bears again. Shut up.
Yeah.
But wait, real quick. Ziggy, if Ziggy sees this, Ziggy's gonna be very upset at the fact that I called the Steelers crap.
I'm gonna clip that
Sorry,
and send it
Ziggy.
to him.
I'm so sorry, Ziggy. Hey, if you were to clip it, you better clip me apologizing to Ziggy because I don't want Ziggy whooping my ass either.
He'll come beat the crap out of you, dude.
Hey, will, and so will the rest of the Steeler Nation. Browns,
You right.
I don't know. The dog pound is that what they're called?
Yeah, I don't know.
No, whatever. Good luck this weekend, everybody. Go
Yes.
Bears. Thank you, Sweet Lou. God bless. And MJ, I don't know. Are we ending this?
Yeah, probably. We're not very scripted, as you
No,
can
we're never
all tell.
I
Yeah.
do. What the hell?
Thank
Hey,
you everybody for watching. We have a very good lineup in the next couple weeks.
We got
we are
JJ
going
that's coming on next weekend or next week.
What?
JJ coming on next week. Bears beat writer.
Yes, and then we have another special guest for you. We're going to have a lot of former professional athletes on in the next couple weeks. So stay tuned. Make sure you are here for those because it's going to be a good time.
Hey, and we got merch. Get that merch, dog.
Yes, sir. And follow the channel if you're not already, because when we get to 50 followers, a random follower is going to get a free T-shirt. Bruce, what are you doing? What's wrong?
I was looking at my picture of Mitchell Trubisky right here.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Okay. Well, with that, we will see everybody
Go
later.
Bears!
Adios. Go Packers. Aaron Rodgers is the MVP and best quarterback of all time. Goodbye.